Hello, I'm Dr. Craig Stern of Profarma Pharmaceutical Consultants. Once again, following along the lines of questions that we've been asked, a question has been asked, and it's kind of a subjective loaded question, and that is, are generics any good? It is amazing to me that while we've been addressing this issue for at least 20 years that I know of, that we're still asking this question. Are generics any good? Now, clearly, the federal government knows, state governments know, health plans know, and many individual patients know, as well as doctors, that generics save money. But the question is, are they the same as the brand, etc.? There are several facts. Facts number one, many of the generic manufacturers are owned by branded manufacturers. So the branded manufacturer is not only making the brand name product, they're also making the generic. Fact number two, the major generic firms in the world, Teva of Israel, Mylan in West Virginia, and a host of others, are all on the stock market. They're all judged by the public as well as investors, and if they make bad product, then everybody knows about it, and their overall stock prices dive. Also, there are FDA guidelines that identify what a generic should be and how it has to be equivalent to the Pioneer branded product. Now, there's a lot of talk that's come up about, well, the guidelines from the FDA allow a broad range of variability between the brand and the generic, and in general and in almost all cases, that's a red herring. The generic drugs have the same ingredients, they have the same dosage form, they have the same what we call pharmacokinetics, or absorption, distribution, metabolism, and excretion in the body. And when you address that and people talk about variability, they're talking about, well, it can have some variability in one patient that doesn't have in another. The reality of it is that every branded product has variability between patients. They have variability within any given patient, and the generics have the same variability. So those kind of arguments are also red herrings. Lastly, to deal with this is that the generics themselves have a rationale that is based on their substitutability for branded products. They are used extensively in acute care hospitals. They're used extensively in long-term care facilities and skilled nursing facilities. And yet, if all of these problems had occurred and everybody was concerned, we would have huge numbers of death, of morbidity, mortality that was going on all the time. Now, it's simplistic to say that they're the same. Yes, there have been manufacturing problems. In fact, if you sit in my chair, you see recalls and alerts coming from the Food and Drug Administration multiple times a week as to problems with regard to branded products, problems with regard to generic products, and in a few cases, for sure, problems with regard to products that are made overseas in India or China. And there are huge markets of drugs that are being produced for millions of people in China, in India, in Brazil, in South Africa, in Europe, of course, and in the United States, in Central and South America. And all of these products frequently are made from the patent that was used originally for the Pioneer product. So even though there has been a lot of conversation on the internet about one product or another, and there certainly are some problems in a very small group of medications, it is too much of an extension to try and identify that generics are not the same as the brand. Yes, they cost less, but most importantly, they give the patient the clinical benefit that they wanted. I know this is going to be controversial. I have no problems with answering other questions or in dealing with whatever criticisms the people have. I'm Dr. Craig Stern of Profarma Pharmaceutical Consultants, and we always welcome your comments. Have an outstanding day.